you know, every man is equal kind of shit. That's bull. That's why you got a homeless man sleeping at the bottom of the Chrysler building and there's somebody on the top floor. Danger zone, feminist, single mothers, eternal sevens. Women get the sound off tonight. Why are we talking about it? Because these women and women like these women, they want something that they cannot get. They want high value men and high value lifestyles. Let's just cut to the chase. That's what they want. That's what this channel has been talking about. That's what people on this channel, what this broadcast has proved night in and night out. A lot of these women want something that they cannot have. And why can't they have it? Well, let's talk about it. Why can't they have it? Well, one, because high value men don't want them. High value men don't want women in the danger zone. And this pisses a lot of women off. What is the danger zone? The danger zone is at age 27 to 35, where you're still a younger woman, but you're old for marriage. And that ticks a lot of women off because they're wanting to talk about value. Tommy Lauren. And no, high value men don't value your PhD. High value men don't value your PhD. High value men don't value the things you think they should value. They value what they want. And you're not gonna change that. Why is that so bothersome for some women? Some women, because you gotta spend what you got. Hold on. Why is that so bothersome for some women? Because they gotta spend what they got.
I'm a PhD.
Why is that so bothersome for some women?
I'm a PhD.
Because you gotta spend what you got. If all you got is a PhD, and you don't have the things that he wants, you got to try to use that. I mean, it's kind of like counterfeit currency. If all you got is, I'm a PhD. If all you got is, I got a master's. If that's all you got, cool. But if that ain't what he wants, what difference does it make? Well, and just like that woman last night, you mean to tell me you with a man who says he does not want to get married or have children, and you still sitting here talking about I'm killing women's hopes while you wasting your time and killing your womb time? Because so many women like that woman last night honestly think that they can get men to change their mind. They can get men to value what they value. And I'm here to tell you, no. See, young women don't try to do this stuff. Young women can spend the currency. Young women can use their youth because they're in the area a man wants. But when you age out, and I'm not saying, here's the thing, and we're talking about high value guys. What's the main knock about high value men? When they get divorced or whatever, they go get a young, hot girlfriend. You don't see Brad Pitt, anybody? You don't see guys in their late 40s, 50s, or 60s going to get women in their 30s and 40s and 50s. They go get women in their 20s. And it pisses them off because that's all they have to say. But instead of trying to do this,
I'm a PhD.
Why don't you give the men what they want? But you can't, because you value being a PhD. You value your income. You value your high dollar degree with $100,000 in debt. And men don't. High value men in particular. And unlike other guys, high value men don't have to negotiate. They'll tell you no. What are the other kind of women that are probably going to want to sign out tonight? Want something that they can't have. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's the eternal sevens. The eternal sevens. What are they? They're the women who, when the 8s, 9s, and 10s got married between the ages of 21 and 24, between 21 and 25, it's when the 8s and 9s got married between 21 and 25, the 7s, as it were, all of a sudden became the cream of the crop. They're the 7s are the women who could not get into the hot club for free. They could not get into VIP at the hot spot for free, but they can get in the 25 and older club or the 30 and older club. They get in VIP there. See, think about what I just said. The hottest spot, the Studio 54, the hot club, only the hottest women get in to VIP or get in for free. But the older or the older a club or the more laid back a club, the more lax the restrictions. So all of a sudden the sevens, the women who are still, really they're adjustable sixes, but they call themselves sevens, they're still cute. And now they got all this time. They're getting all the attention from the guys who are kind of left over, and they wait too long. They're the woman I talked to yesterday. I thought I could do better. I thought I could do better. It's I thought I could do better gang. And then they mess around and end up. And next thing you know, they've hit the wall and it all comes crumbling down. They got no prospects. They've scrapped the guys that they really could have been dealing with. So now they're just jumping from relationship to relationship, trying to keep their notch count down. All right, so you got the danger zone, you got the danger zone feminist. And what is a feminist? You can call a lot of women are starting to call themselves womanist, equality, which is the same thing. You got problems with men. You got issues with men, and you want to be a modern woman, but then you still want traditional men. That doesn't work. And the guys that you really qualify for in your looks lane, you feel like you have to settle. So you get a lot of feminists who are in that danger zone. You also get a lot of these eternal sevens. These eternal sevens are really bad for this thing for not wanting to settle. Why? Because you're a 7 and you're supposed to get a guy who's about a 5 or a 6. Oh snap! Yeah, you're not an 8, 9, or 10, so you don't get high value men, and you don't get jawline dudes. You get average guys. Eternal 7s get average guys. You're supposed to be the prettiest one of the group, not him. You're supposed to be the prettiest one in the couple, not him. But yet you want good looking guys, and you got the nerve to want them to make money. But you can't get the high value guys who may or may not be as attractive as you want, but they got enough resources, money, power, influence, and connections, network, visibility, and all that kind of stuff to keep you quiet and happy. No, you end up getting guys who will probably end up having to go some version of 50-50. And now you're upset because you overplayed your hand. And what ends up happening? These feminists, the women that end up in the danger zone, or these women who are the eternal 7s, they all tend to start. This all tends to start happening. What tends to start happening? They tend to get pregnant and become baby mamas. My mother was a single mother, but she was a single mother in her early 20s, before 25. And then you see the largest group of women becoming single mothers in the late 20s, 30s, because they can't get a husband. They've overplayed their hand. They feel like I either want a high value man or I'll just be single by myself. If I can't be married and have a high value husband and a high value lifestyle, I don't see the value in marriage. You've heard them say it over and over. I don't see the value in marriage. So I might as well stay unmarried and keep my freedom and keep all this and keep all that. But here's the problem. That's lonely AF. And these are the women to go start looking for guys who are loose with their seed. Pookie, and I don't want to say Pookie and Ray Ray, but that's an overstatement. Guys who are loose with their seed, guys with multiple kids, these are the guys that all of a sudden you start seeing guys who are kind of average dudes at best, below average, but all of a sudden they're kicking it with them. Man, I'm kicking it with this I'm kicking it with this attorney, fam. I'm kicking it with this dentist, man. I'm kicking it with this accountant. And it's always like, wait a minute, dude, you're a sandwich artist at Subway, and you've always had, chicks on that level, but now all of a sudden you kicking it with police officers and HR representatives. You kicking it with the, late 20s, 30s, white collar professional women who making more money. Yeah. I got a little shorty, and always talking about what they doing for them. See, these are the women, quiet as it's kept, be tricking off on dudes. And this is where tricking comes into play, because these women actually buy men. These are the women that go buy do the pair of Chuck Taylors. They ain't gonna spend a whole lot of money on them, but they're gonna spend little insignificant money. She'll buy him a video game, some Jordans, the stuff to keep him happy. She can't, she'll give him little baubles and trinkets. And he think he's really coming up. He think he's really playing. Yeah, man, she went out and bought me a Gucci belt. And he think he's really just he done had the what was that heist? Lufthansa heist. You think you done pulled off something? She got me a Gucci belt. She got me a Gucci belt, fam. We went to Papado. Yeah, my girl took me to Papado, man, and she bought me a Gucci belt and that blue Chanel. You mean blue de Chanel? Yeah, that Dior Savage. Yeah, that Polo Black. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. And you sit there like, all right, cuz, okay. You think you really doing something because she bought you some blue de Chanel, or blue Chanel as you call it, or YSL Black as you call it. You mean La Nuit de l'Homme? Yeah. Or she bought you that Dior Savage. You mean Dior Savage? Yeah. Or she got me that Polo. Yeah, these dudes are happy because they get their trinkets. She got me a polo shirt, a polo jacket. These guys are really big into these big logos and stuff like, nah, all right, cool. And all she doing is buttering you up to get you drunk. And then you get sloppy with your seed. Next thing you know, she pregnant. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. You thought you was winning. You was getting played. Because you never was on her educational level or income levels. You was just a doofer. You're a doofer now. She knew she could play you by buying you a few baubles and trinkets, and you think you winning by kicking it with a woman who is more educated than you, earns more than you, and she would look down on you in other circumstances. But because she's desperate now and she needs somebody stupid enough to impregnate her, you'll do. Guys, I didn't make it up. This is how it goes. But here's the problem. None of these women want the men that they got. These women don't want the men they can get. They want high value men. Why do I focus on high value men? Because they are my clients, or the guys who are my clients are high value men, or men who want to get in that area. Welcome to the world of image consulting and life coaching. And like it or not, hear this and hear this well. These are the men that most women want. If my show has done nothing else, it should shine a really bright light on the fact that regardless as to who they are, 9 out of 10 women want these men. It doesn't matter if it makes sense to you guys. Doesn't matter if it makes sense to you, gentlemen. Obsidian did a broadcast the other day talking about Lennon Honor and Umar Johnson, and Lennon Honor always going after Umar Johnson and not understanding why, after all the exposure and this and that and da why it still works. And even O'Shea talked about it. Why? Because women still think Umar Johnson's a high value man compared to Lennon Honor. And a lot of guys have a problem recognizing that women don't judge men the way men judge women. If a woman thinks you're high value, you throwing smut on his name, trying to tear him down, this makes it more appealing to her. Danger Zone, feminists, Eternal Sevens, who all single mothers or ones that become baby mamas, want high value men. They just can't get them. They can't get them. It doesn't change the fact that they want them. So what will they start to do? Luckily, you want to avoid these ladies if at all possible, because these are the women that will saddle you with a baby. These are the women that will drop a kid on you. Oh yeah. They'll drop a kid on you, and for nothing else, it'll give them a thrill to take you to court to get that $300 a month. Make no mistake. But the question would be profits over wages. Thank you, fam. And the question would be, well, why? Why, man? Why? If they know they don't want dudes like me, why would they still kick it with it? Well, because not only do they get the kid, which they really don't want, what they want is a kid so that they don't look like a weirdo. They want a kid so they don't look like a weirdo. A woman over 30 who's unmarried, no kids, looks like a weirdo to most people. They wonder if she's cuckoo or or is she a bartender? But when she have a kid, that's like, okay, she's good. Somewhere along the way, somebody got her pregnant, so she's all right. She don't want to be a mother. She just wants the kid as a badge. And she wants to have somebody that she can go back and forth with for her emotional rush. Why? Because those high value guys, redo it again. Those high value guys that she wants, they aren't doing it. They aren't trying to kick it with her. They aren't trying to kick it with her. They ain't trying to do nothing with her. So the question is, if you want a high value man, i.e., and you want a high value lifestyle, all right. I've said why. Do you want it? And if so, why? What are you willing to do to get it? We're going to go straight into it because I didn't like the way that sounded. What are you willing to do to get it? Pure MF facts. I know it's facts. It's pure facts, ladies. And I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But here's the thing. If you ever wonder why you got women who are college educated, so-called career women got their stuff together, all of a sudden get pregnant by a loser or somebody who ain't on their level. What? Because they couldn't catch a high value man slipping. High value men they go through extraordinary procedures. First off, if they don't get snipped, they'll double bag it. They have quality control and security measures on their condoms. They don't let you apply the condom. They apply the condoms and they take control of the condom and they'll actually put hot sauce to taint it. They'll get rid of it. They're not just leaving it around. No, because these guys know the one thing that will slip them up or trip them up is a kid. See, how to become high value, first generation high value? The first thing is you got to control your seed. The best way to get to high value is not have any kids outside of wedlock. If you have a child, can you still get there? Yeah, but you can't get there with multiples. It's better to have none so you can focus. So you can do the crap jobs. So you can get out there and take risks and fail. And do all the things that make women really excited. See, that's why women like these high value men. Because high value men have options. They have leverage. They're risk takers. They're competitive. They're ambitious. And even if they come off as being arrogant assholes and pretentious jerks and cocky and all this other kind of stuff, these women love them. Women love these guys. Oh, they'll say stuff in public. They'll say stuff. They'll say stuff around each other. They'll talk crap. Ain't that right? They'll talk crap, but at the end of the day, they're the same ones, oh, I can't stand Marcus. I can't stand Keith. Blake, Lee, Ahmed, Keith, and Enrique. Those are the Henrys. Brad, the white guy who's a Henry. High earner, not rich yet. Lee, the Asian guy who's a Henry. Ahmed is my Middle Eastern guy who's a Henry. Keith is the black guy who's a Henry. And Enrique is the Hispanic guy. And they'll be the main ones talking about, oh, I can't stand them. Right. Be the main ones when ain't nobody looking. They sneak over into a dorm room. I need you to tutor me in English. I need you to tutor me in calculus. Yeah, they're getting the hell tutored out of them. We're tutoring the hell out of these women. Y'all know I'm talking facts. So let's talk about it, ladies. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me what I got off. Tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, but we're going to see.